Good evening, Butler fans, and welcome to week number 10 of the Butler Esports TESPA preseason, or rather the TESPA preseason championship week number 10 right here on Butler Esports. My name is Cisco Scaramuza. You'll be catching up with Alex McGrath here in the second game, but I'll be your caster and caller for round number 1 here for tonight's round and tonight's bout of Overwatch action. Of course, this week is the first week we've been back here in a little bit of a while. Obviously, with the Thanksgiving break, the team took their time and had a bit of food. So, of course, happy Thanksgiving if you haven't had it already. And you're watching this a little bit later. Hey, you know what? The food tasted good, and I hope you were able to spend it with your family. And I hope you're ready for some Overwatch action. Of course, the big change that really won't affect this evening, as I voice cracked there a little bit, is that Ashe came into Overwatch. Now, of course, that isn't going to affect TESPA here. It's going to come into play next week. It's going to be the first week that these TESPA teams are going to be able to come in and play Ashe. And with that, of course, these teams won't be able to right away. But waiting on the teams to get started here, we'll walk you through what everything's going to look like this evening here for week number 10. We'll pull up the dashboard here. Ilios is going to be our first map, and after that we're going to be heading to Numadi and then Rialto, and the tiebreaker map, if we go to that one, is going to be Lijiang Tower on D. And then the second match this evening will be King's Row, and then Oasis, Temple Anubis, and then back to Lijiang if we need it. But it looks like their people is in, so just waiting on the all clear signal here. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. Shelby, make sure to switch their spectator to the other team.
There we go.
All right, so we're just making that happen there. All right, I think everything is going to be go. So we'll get ready here for match number 1 tonight. We thank you for joining us here on the Overwatch usual night. We're back on the usual Overwatch night. It's been a little bit quiet lately, but we're happy to bring you some of the action here this evening. Butler going to be going up against LU Navy here. Liberty University, for those of you unfamiliar, one of the more online-based schools, but of course came to a little bit more popularity over this past year thanks to hopping on board as the sponsor of William Byron. A little bit of NASCAR trivia there. Of course, if it's me calling me, there's always going to be a little bit of NASCAR trivia coming into play, but this evening won't have too much of that here, but just a little bit of a side note here. This team kind of around the 2,000 to 2,500 range. Got a couple that are below that of 1,600 and 1,800. And then we've got people around the 2,000 to 2,500 range, kind of split evenly. So I'd say your average is going to be about 2,200 there with those couple who are below the usual rank. So we'll cut to the main screen here and get things ready to go here. Of course, one of the fun things that I get to play with here this evening, the Elgato Stream Deck, of course, coming in here. I'm going to be using it here for some of my more personal streams, but that doesn't mean we can't use it for some of the Overwatch action here this evening. Definitely looking forward to it. And, yep, look like everything's going to get started here. We'll head out to Greece and to Ilios here for match number 1 of, or for round number 1 of match number 1 here for the Butler Esports team. Of course, tonight, this first rotation going to be Shelby, then we got Colin, Luke, and Tyler, Shelby, and then Alex. You can see those 6 swapping back and through, and your lineup as it sits right now, them still choosing what their characters are going to be, but we'll let you know what the rundown is going to be for the Butler team. Winston going to be played by Luke. Farah going to be by Alex. Diva going to go with Colin. And then we got Lucio by Caradwin. Brigida is going to be played by Tyler. And Mercy is going to be played by Shelby. And they just apparently ditched it because this is a little bit different of a map, trying to see where we are. And yep, it looks like Oh, we're on Lighthouse, actually, so that's going to change it up. So it's Zarya, Mei, Rhine, Symmetra, Lucio, and Moira. And you can see the loadouts on screen. Shelby going with the Moira change there, Colin on Symmetra. Luke going to be on Zarya here. Tyler on Reinhardt, as always. Cara Dwayne on Lucio. And then Alex as Mei. But rolling out here, going through the bakery and the coffee shop, as it were, Lucio's coffee shop. And going to get to the point here first. The Mei wall going to come in and kind of stop the LU from coming in. Turrets are up here early, doing some massive damage to the Butler team. And looks like, no, a couple of kills going to go early, but triple kill right there for Butler. Got trapped there by Reinhardt early, but it's going to look good for Butler on this first point. Capture is open. It's going to tick down 50%, 85. Got it there for Butler's Bulldogs. They're going to grab the first point here early. It's looking good for the Bulldogs here on Ilios. Waiting on last trailing coming in. Alex coming with the respawn. The only player to die here for the Bulldogs in that first encounter. And you can see already that ultimate by Tyler up to 83%, 93% by Colin. The ultimate's looking very promising right now for the Bulldogs. 3 characters already up to nearly ready. And Silent Storm going to get a little bit of a tick there. But Fire in the Hole already dropping in. Second ultimate going to come in there from Symmetra. And here comes the Moira ult here. This could clean up LU. That's going to knock out Winston. 3 kills there for Butler, but LU trying to stay alive here. The Moira ult coming in the opposite side, and that could wipe out the Bulldogs. Tyler and Mei, the only 2 left. Alex staying alive, so we'll try and stay with them here. Mei, though, doing some massive damage. Going to get booped off, though, and nothing he could do, as now it's going to swap 50% for Butler. But just like that, Liberty University takes over, and they're going to start now counting up that point charge. A good defense by Liberty University. Just waited on the ult a little bit longer. Butler, I think, jumped the gun just a little bit. And now you can see Luke kind of leading the team in here. Everybody else behind Reinhardt. Yep, here comes Reinhardt. The shield is up. And Butler going to charge in. The Mei wall going to come up. Let them use up some of the ammo and reload. Here comes all the ults. Lucio ult going to come in. The shatter drops, but nothing going to happen from it. The Mei ult comes in. That's going to allow Butler to at least take a little bit of capture here. Mei wall going to come in again. Force Liberty through the doorway there. First kill for Liberty University. Fire back in the hole. And Junkrat going to get the kill there. But swap. Will Butler be able to get enough kills here? And 50% of the capture, but just Butler not enough damage to be able to grab that point. The teleport is up. Only 2 players up. Moira and Zarya left up for the Bulldogs. You can see Moira has the ult right there, as does Zarya. Luke trying to keep Moira alive. She does, escaping out there with the cloak. And now Lucio coming in to join them. The rest of the team going to reform here. And looking at least 2 ults, almost 3 here for Butler. Going to try and make a charge. 65% here for Liberty. Butler running out of time to grab this for a point. And Liberty going to strike first with the ults. May be a mistake. You see the shatter come down. And 2 Butler Bulldogs going to go down. Winston going to fly off the point there. And meanwhile, Silent Storm going to go down as Lucio. Reinhardt going to go down as well. Alex going to flank to the back. Try and make something happen at the last minute. The Mei wall up, but no help for Alex there. Just no support at all. Going to be very quick here. Lucio's got to get these players back on the point. 90% for Liberty. They're going to have to go in and charge the point now. There's only a little bit of time left. The teleport is ult. They got to get on the point. That's exactly what they do. But the Symmetra ult going to come in at the last minute. That'll give Butler at least a little bit of a respite here. But now the opposite, Lucio ult. But that's 2 kills for Butler right there. And the ult's going to come in elsewhere. But Butler, a very nice counterattack. Are they going to be able to hold on to it, though? Capturing no points on the ticker just yet. And now they're just able to outlast Butler a little bit here. But Symmetra going to get the knockout of Diva on the mech. The teleport going to go up for Butler. But just scraping away at the few health points left for Butler. And overtime still on the play, but Butler, no, Reinhardt going to run back in last minute. And he's got the shatter, drops it, but no, he's going to get wiped out here in overtime, going to tick by. Nope, still going on here is Butler. You can see Moira going around here trying to keep it alive, but overtime going to drop. And Liberty University going to grab the first point here in round number 1 of match number 1 here on Ilios. A great run there by Butler, but just not able to make anything happen. And looked like a good push there early. They really had something going, but I think it was patience that Liberty had that really helped them out. Just a little bit more damage as well. And that helped the Liberty University, the LU Navy, take that first point. So now here we're on Ruins here on Ilios, and with that, that's going to change up the breakout a little bit here. We're going to see some changes. Shelby, you can see still on, or rather going to Moira here, and the loadout going to be Ryan, Zarya, Brig, Hanzo, Lucio, and Zen. So Luke going with Hanzo for the first time this evening, and switching off the Zarya that he played there earlier on. First battle, first blood gonna go to Luke, gonna take out the Moira, and is the melee going to continue? Nobody for Reinhardt there. We're watching lead the charge. 2 kills. There's another kill for Luke, rather that's Tyler. Another kill there for Colin, and the Bulldogs able to grab that first point as Tyler gonna go out and get the swing, but Butler very good at grabbing that first point. They're just gonna have to defend a little bit. As you can see, the Zarya bulbs coming in here, the mortar from her cannon lighting up Tyler's shield a little bit. Back up to 2,000 though, as Butler going to be able to set up the defense here just a little bit. You can see off to the flank a little bit. Luke trying to use his Hanzo to be able to just snipe the guys across the map. And you can see right now lining up on the inside. In comes Reinhardt. Nobody to grab though, but Silent Storm able to get killed there. Moira goes down again. It's been a weak Moira by Liberty University so far, as now Silent Storm going to go down by the Doomfist. Swap to Doomfist here from Liberty. Fire in the hole comes in from the Junkrat opposite side, and that's going to wipe out 2 of the Bulldogs, as Tyler's still going to stay up. Was not ready. Shatter could come in. No, does not have enough time. Luke gets a kill, but not much left for the Bulldogs. There's only Luke and Zenyatta still up for the Bulldogs. 100%, but just not enough. Luke still up, but now the Bulldogs, and the point flips in favor of Liberty University. Once again, to 50% though, as Soundstorm going to go down. Brig not able to stay alive, but Luke able to get the kill on Moira. Moira's not had a very happy game so far. As you can see, the far in the background there for Liberty University. Several ults on the Bulldog side. They got 3. They're going to have 5 here within about 30 seconds. And you can see Alex dropping back, moving Silent Storm back up to the front of the pack here. So you can see the battle starting taking up top. Butler's got to get a pick here or 2 before they drop the ults. They can't burn him here early, but the Shatter going to come in, and Zenyatta trying to save the Bulldogs, and it looks like a failed point. No, Tyler able to get the Moira once again, but Doomfist absolutely wrecking ship here, and Liberty once again able to take the point here, as the Bulldogs, they saved up a lot of their ults there. They only used 1. So the Bulldogs knew they were going to drop all the ults, and now they'll come in and try and counter ult. This Bulldog team, can they break through the lines from Liberty? Let's find out. So on board with Caradwin right now, on board with Junkrat. See the shift up to the window up there. Trying to make it happen. You can see down. Doomfist does go down with the headshot by Luke, rather the quick fire arrow, I should say. And now Butler just waiting to drop the ult. You can see they're all waiting. There it is. The shield goes down. The Bulldog's going to rush in. And here comes the ult. They're waiting for their opportunity. They could do it right here. The Bulldog going on point. Can they use their ults to their advantage? Fire in the hole coming in this time. And that's a huge kill by Liberty University's Junkrat. And it all goes down on Butler's side. Not what they wanted to see at all. That was a team kill. None of Butler left alive. They're going to have to rush on the point. They do not have enough time. 3%, 2%, 1%. And Liberty University takes the first map after a heart-pounding Junkrat ultimate there by Liberty University. That will no doubt be the play of the game. Watch it once again, and it was timed out perfectly. The Zarya ult as well, just wadding up the Bulldogs here. You see it. And all he has to do is hide behind, make sure he doesn't get sniped, and nowhere for the Bulldogs to go. Quintuple, and then add that in with the Reinhardt kill on Alex, and it's all over right there. Liberty University sweeps the cards as well, as they'll go 1-0 here so far in the match tonight. Yeah, 7 points up there for Junkrat, and not what the Bulldogs wanted to see here early on, but still plenty of game left in this match for the Bulldogs. They'll be hanging to Numbani for the next map, but what a play by that Junkrat here. And you can see the custom game restarting already. as we're heading to Noon Body. Back on the main screen now. 30 seconds left. So I think what the Bulldogs have to do is they got to change up the game plan a little bit. I think they're going to have to go the air. And just a shout out to NS Method, who's saying go Dogs. And thanks for joining us here this evening. One of our followers and one of our mods as well here on Butler Esports. But not the way the Bulldogs wanted that first map to go. And we'll be keeping count in the chat here. And once everything ticks by, we got a little bit of a delay. Tespa makes us have a little bit of a delay. And actually, we'll just let you know that 1-0 right now for the Bulldogs as they're going to get ready here. They'll be on defense here on Numbani for the Numbani rather for the first point. We'll run through your lineup here. Shelby going to go with Brigida. Colin going to be on Diva. Luke going to be on Soldier. Then you got Tyler on Reinhardt, Caradwin on Mercy, and Alex going to be on Junkrat here. So this is a must-win here for the Bulldogs. They have to take this map, or else it's going to be all over here for the Bulldogs early on. We do not want to see that. But Bulldogs going to set up here on top. You see Soldier and Mercy as well taking the top. Everybody else up in the corner on the other side, waiting to see if the teams go up through there. The middle going to be a little bit of a canyon here. If the enemy team gets caught down there, that could be trouble for the Bulldogs, as players going to be start rolling in. You have to set your phone to silent. It's always a good idea. But Soundstorm, you can see now opposite side and far up in the air, and Luke sitting in a very good position to pick away at that Farah's half. Meanwhile, the rest of the team looks like they got a little bit distracted by that Farah. Alex going to go down. He was first blood for Liberty there, but Shelby able to get the first kill for Butler. That was Zarya. As we're kind of watching Luke just getting a bird's eye view from everything. Luke desperately trying to get that Farah. Almost down, but Pharmacy still in play as the Mercy heals coming in for that Farah. He has to disengage and get off the point. Meanwhile, Colin, you can see staying alive right now thanks to the help of Mercy. Goes up the point, gonna try and trap the Pharmacy in the point right now. Great hold by Butler so far as they're keeping most of their players alive. Brigida goes down though, and waiting for the res. There's the res by Caradwin to bring her back up. Is Luke gonna go down? Meanwhile, inside the point, with the Pharmacy being able to take her out. No, not quite to keep Tyler alive, but the Brigida ult gonna come in. Mercy got pulled out just a little bit there. Nothing the Bulldogs could do. And Liberty able to sweep in, and most of the Bulldogs gonna go down on that point, but staying alive right now. And Shelby desperately trying to keep this point contested. She'll go down. Is Liberty University gonna get the first little bit of a tick here? Does anybody have anything left? Luke goes down. He was trying to get back on the point, but not able to make it happen here, as Liberty University going to be able to grab that first tick. 2:21 left on the point here for Liberty, and it's going to go up to 4:45 for Liberty, as they'll have to push the payload down the track. And just 2 spots left for the Bulldogs to make their stand. They have the just before the bridge, and then the final spot on the payload, as Pharmacy really doing damage to the Bulldogs here. And they'll have to find a way to counter that just a little bit, make that adjustment. Right now, you can see Diva going up and taking it to Pharmacy right now. It's what they need to do. The problem is they keep getting distracted with it. They have to take it out, but they can't let it do too much damage to this team. And you can see the enemy Reinhardt on the side of Liberty University just sitting on the point. They're just able to push the point. Nothing the Bulldogs can do about that, because they're just playing a little too far back. The Shatter gonna come down. That's bad news bears, and yep, there's the Farah. Diva tried to knock it out, but it was just too little too late. Baby Diva gonna get knocked out, and really the Bulldogs not gonna be able to keep many people alive on point here, as Shelby going to go down as well, and most of the Bulldogs having to disengage from that point. You can see Mercy desperately trying to stay alive, brings Junkrat back, so they will be able to defend that point, but fortunately for the Bulldogs, they're gonna have to do a little bit better than that. You can see first checkpoint in. It's gonna be 5 minutes. It's gonna have to be a 5-minute stand for the Bulldogs. They hope to hold on to this first map here and make this go into its 3rd map. As you can see, the Bulldogs right now is a decent. We're watching kind of these players a little bit further back to try and get a better bird's eye view of what this team is trying to do. Everybody right behind Tyler's shield trying to make things happen. You see Junkrat, Alex breaking off. The Riptire going to come in. Let's see where it goes. He'll drop it right down. You got the Reinhardt there. He'll get 2 right there. Great patience by Tyler on the Riptire. was able to wait it out, and just like that, as Butler now going to go for 3. Alex, 3 kills there, puts Butler right back into the thick of things. 4:20 left on the point, blaze it up. As now Butler, Luke able to get the kill with McCree. Luke switching over to McCree here from Soldier, and already seeming to help things out a little bit. I think Luke was just not having the help with the hit scan there, and went to a little bit more aims-based hero, and I think that should help him out just a little bit. As you can see the battle, the Bulldogs trying to make that point happen. Under the point, Alex going to go down. The Pharmacy not able to contend with the Junkrat not able to contend with Pharmacy, and now just 3:48 left on time for Butler. Of course, if they can hold this point, this will be way better position for the Bulldogs to force the point here than having to force it all the way down. But as it sits, having a drop like this is going to be fantastic, and you can see double shatter is going to be huge. Huge by Tyler there, as they're able to res their Reinhardt back, but Bulldogs doing an excellent job. Mercy going to go down. Butler really finding their stride finally, and really this quarter they found something that they were not able to find. Alex, another kill there, as Diva going to get knocked down. A mech. Tyler meanwhile trying to keep the shield alive. Mercy goes down, as does Luke. The Bulldogs have to hold this point here. 3 minutes left. They have to hold the point long enough to get their healer and their DPS back on point. Of course, with Alex out on the game this evening, I don't really have a color guy, so just having to conserve my voice here just a little bit. 2:50 left on the point. You see the Brigida ult come opposite side for Liberty University, and Tyler keeping the shield alive. Diva Mac coming back down for the Bulldogs. 2:40 left, as now they're able to push that point a little bit further, giving a little bit. They get out of the point. Diva Mac going to come down and drop the ult. That's 2 kills for Butler. They're able to get Pharah with that, which is a huge kill. Mercy brings the Pharah back, but 3 kills right now for Butler as it sits. And able to get that kill on Brigida. That's huge after she just ulted. 2:17 left on the point. Butler, great shot there by Tyler to able to get the edge kill. And Pharah goes down again. Really doing a good job now, Butler finally, of targeting that Pharah and doing damage. Not only the switch for Luke going over to McCree, but also Diva doing an excellent job. As you can see, Alex just trying to build that ult just a little bit, delay them. Every little bit counts here. Every second counts, and that's exactly what Alex is doing, delaying it. He got his ult. That's exactly what he wanted to do. By the time these guys come back, he should be on point here in about 10 seconds. Butler just has to hold that and make sure it wasn't in vain. You can see Diva also trying to delay a little bit. Pharah, though, they weren't ready for it, but she'll go down. Only 1 kill there. It was one of the Bulldog healers, though. That could be bad news, but the block Reinhardt ult that did not go to plan for the Bulldogs, but Alex has the Riptide already. He goes into the room. Here comes the flank. Can he make it happen here with enough time? Yes, he does. 3 ults, but is it enough for Butler to hold the point? They've got to get back on this point. It was a great ult by Alex, but it won't mean anything if they don't touch it. There's the ult. There's the kill there by Luke. Didn't need the ult, and that'll clean out Liberty University with a minute to go. A fantastic ult by Alex to sweep around, did that textbook, and Butler delaying this last point here. All they have to do is maybe 1 or 2 more stops, and they should be able to hold on to this thing, but they have to roll this point backwards a little bit. This is going to be a hard point for them to be able to get, as now we'll hop on board with the hamster, as Colin has jumped on to the Frankenstein. He's green. He ate a little bit too much asparagus, but that's okay, because Wrecking Ball is now on the field, and learning a little bit from Butler's past mistakes. They had to deal with this in one of the custom games they played, and that Wrecking Ball just sitting on the point and does a lot of damage if he can get there. But now Liberty, a big change right there in the momentum. They're able to just get the kills, able to force everybody off point, but nonetheless, fantastic stops by Butler. They bought themselves a lot of time there. Were able to dig out of the hole they lost on defense. It's 3 points, but really 17 seconds left. That's a big stop by the Bulldogs. They have to make this offensive work out really well. So with that, the Bulldogs sitting in a very decent spot right now. So we'll run you through what the breakdown is going to look like right now. Luke is going to go over to Winston the first time. He'll be off DPS here this entire match. Meanwhile, Diva going to go with Colin. Crazy McGee, you see him right on screen. Brigida is going to be Tyler. Yep, there. He'll switch it over there now. Silent Storm Caradwin is going to be on Lucio. Farah. You can see the pharmacy going to be in play here because Alex going to be on Farah, and Shelby going to be on Mercy Chloric Acid, and Alex Zern Astra. So now the question is, can the Bulldogs, can they capitalize on what was a fantastic defense here on this first point? They have the ability to do so, but we'll be watching things a little bit from the background here. I'm going to stick with Mercy a little bit. Pharmacy going to be in play as well. Looking forward to see what Caradwin's going to be able to do on Lucio. But the Pharmacy, we saw it on offense, or we saw it, the Bulldogs taking on defense here. Now going to try it on offense. See what they can make happen. So 8 seconds left here. Let's see what the Bulldogs can do on offense. You can see out early here is Pharmacy. And the damage increase coming in. That's good to see here early as Sombra on the opposite side for Liberty University. That's going to be a little bit of an interesting play here. Not a lot of... Sombra can be deadly if they have somebody playing her who can be deadly. And that's exactly what's happening right now. It's the Bulldogs. No kills actually yet on the field. Everybody at relatively healthy standing. It's the Bulldogs. Mercy keeping everybody alive right now. He's fallen off Pharmacy. Doing a very good job of switching from the Pharmacy group back up to the rest of the team here. Keeping everybody alive. That's one of the hardest things to juggle on a Pharmacy. As you can see the Sombra, you can hear all the hacking going on behind the scenes. As now, yep, there goes the first point finally to Butler. They're able to get the first kill on Junkrat on the opposite side. And Farah was able to stay alive long enough to get the ult. That's huge for the Bulldogs. They'll clean it out. And it almost is an immediate capture for the Bulldogs after a little bit of biding their time. What a great job by this healing squad between Silent Storm and Chloric Acid, able to keep the team alive, and finally goes down Sombra. But what a great job by the Bulldogs keeping their team alive. This could save the game. And also, what a fantastic ult by Farah. I mean, he caught him at the perfect time, but nonetheless, the healing squad, really the MVPs of this team, is now they're going to go on the offensive a little bit. As you can see, not really able anything for Mercy to do, but he'll drop back, and Winston will drop back. Yep, 2 more kills for the Bulldogs. This is a very different Bulldog squad. They just have to make sure they stay on the point here and push that point. They have a lot of time to make up here. They did hold him down to 17 seconds, but they have to get it all the way to that end point. They cannot waste it here. And they've had a little bit of trouble that here lately as the Bulldogs staying alive. Once again, hammered down here. Enemy Reinhardt. This could be deadly, but Mercy keeping them all alive. Is fire in the hole going to happen once again? Only one. It's Brigida goes down. Tyler gets wiped out by the Riptire, but that's about it. Now the Moira ult going to come in, but once again, it has to be said, this healing group has done an excellent job to keep the Bulldogs alive. We've seen the Pharmacy play, but it hasn't been all Pharmacy by the Mercy, and that's been huge. As Alex is going to get the ult, as it's bad news bears for Luke caught in the area. As Pharmacy finally gets knocked down, nothing you can really do against the Soldier ult. Just like that, healing and resurrection by Mercy brings Soldier right back into it. And the Bulldogs looking very potent here. So they're going to get to this checkpoint here with about 3:30 left. That'll give them a lot of time here on this final point. 5 minutes, in fact. The Bulldogs looking very strong now. As all they have to do is get it around the corner, and they cannot fall victim to the same defense that hurt them earlier. D.Va going to get back in mech. Is everybody going to stay alive? And it has to be said, Bulldogs have done a very good job doing just that, staying alive here on this point. Shelby into the air, and now let's see. And this is the kind of Mercy play that we expect out of Shelby. She does a very good job of knowing when to get to Farah and when to get back to Mercy, and really showing what a good Mercy can do to back up a team here, keeping everybody alive as heroes never die. Fire in the hole meanwhile for the Bulldogs. Shelby's got to make sure to keep everybody alive. The Riptire still not dropped, and it does not go anywhere. But just like that, she's keeping them alive. 2 kills for the Bulldogs, and she somehow keeps Luke alive in the middle of that. The Bulldogs continuing to push. A lot of tank play by Liberty, a lot of changing at the last minute. Liberty trying to make anything happen they can at the last minute with all these tanks. 2 Bulldogs down right now. You can see Luke and Soundstorm both went down, but Alex once again with the ultimate, and just like that, Bulldogs making Liberty down to their final 2. Junkrat goes down. Just a wrecking ball left on the point. There's the D.Va ult, and here comes the Soldier ult last second. Trying to stall the Bulldogs, but very close to the point here. And this is going to go to overtime, but Butler going to have a lot of time on the clock when it comes down to it. If they could just get this point in, you can see the Bulldogs a little bit not as aggressive as they need to be here, and Liberty starting to mount a little bit of defense here. They're doing a very good job of it. As May now onto the field. D.Va gonna get out of the way here, get healed up a little bit, but you can see a big change here to by defense by the Liberty University Navy, and you can see the far ult by Alex there. Butler might have to adjust a little bit, but finally the defense coming in for Liberty. But what a push by the Bulldogs. They just have to force it down that last little bit, and they can make this point happen. Just under 3 minutes left on the clock, 2:50 right now.
I will not waste this opportunity.
Just take a moment to catch my breath. Is now far. I'm gonna go upstairs just a little bit. And try and find Junkrat there, and not a very. Oh, there comes the wrecking ball mines down right now. But with the Winston, he's able to just clear that out, and with that, now the Bulldogs going to have to make this one last stand as the Maywall going to come in. Enemy Moira ult as well, but no Bulldogs going down just yet. Everybody staying alive once again. No, Alex going to drop right there. Far gets knocked out of the sky by Junkrat. It's going to have to be a switch here, and yeah, it was a switch to Reaper by Tyler. They switched out the D.Va here a little, or the Brigitte rather, as now Bulldogs need all the DPS they can get. Lucio waiting on the shield, but he gets wiped out. Might have waited a little bit too long. Honestly, yeah, Mercy's got to res the Lucio here. They hope to get that shield back. 1:45 left on the clock for the Bulldogs, and Liberty University eating into the time here from the Bulldogs. They had to disengage, come back, get their other 2 heroes back. You can see Luke coming in from the backside here. Winston jumping back on point. Lucio already back point, so the Bulldogs back up to 6. It's gotta happen now, though. They have to get back to the point, or else this is gonna go back to overtime once again. And the Bulldogs gonna be in some bad positioning. As the Bulldogs, oh, the wrecking ball gonna come in. You can hear, sees the resistance. Arisa, meanwhile, the ult coming in. All the ults dropping. It's ultimate all over the place. And here comes the Pharah ult. Winston ult, meanwhile. Wrecking ball able to knock out the Pharah, but not before Pharah takes out Arisa. You can see Wrecking ball disengage. Winston goes down. And it's got to be a push here last minute for the Bulldogs. There's the D.Va ult. That's 2 right there. May's still up. That May ult could be deadly. They cannot get on the point right now. And the May breach right now on the side of Liberty University doing everything she can to force the Bulldogs off the point. 40 seconds left. They'll have to rebound and re-get. They'll have to reset up the defense and try and get everything back going. Once again, 30 seconds left. They're running out of time now. They're going to have to get and touch the point here in a little bit. Any ults left on the Bulldog side? Just Mercy, and Tyler's going to have his ready. That Reaper ult could be deadly if played in the right hands. The Bulldogs down to 15 seconds. They're going to have to touch the point in about 10. Overtime coming soon for the Bulldogs. Can they make anything happen? Let's find out. There's the ult there, knocking out Reaper. Last minute chances for the Bulldogs. It's gotta happen now or the match is going to be over. Lucio coming back up by Mercy. Arisa close to death on the Liberty side. Now Alex is gonna have ult. Can he capitalize? He's gonna go back around. 2 kills by the D.Va ult. Wins. Meanwhile, Wrecking Ball Mines coming down. There's the ult from flank there by Pharah. Is it enough? Trying to turn the corner is the Bulldogs. Overtime still on the clock. They cannot get off this point now. The moment they fall off it, overtime goes away and it's all over, and this match is over. You can see Lucio from Liberty trying to stay alive, does not. The Bulldogs, they all come back. It's 5 players on the side of Liberty. Butler has got to stay alive. The Mercy ult comes down once again. That could be deadly. Three Bulldogs frozen. They have to be on the point here. The Riptire comes in. That wipes out the Bulldogs. Overtime still up. It's still Colin. Can he stay alive? No, he can't. And just like that, the Bulldogs not able to make it happen and fall in defeat here on Numbani and fall to Liberty University 2-0. And what was looking to be a perfect situation for the Bulldogs were not able to turn the corner and get that last little bit. And you can see this was the ult that could have won the Bulldogs the game, but a stout defense by Liberty University able to hold the Bulldogs. They just were not able to get that point down the middle. But with that, we're going to take a moment to step aside here, and what was a very good play by the Bulldogs just comes up a little bit short, but Liberty University able to win the day. With that, we're going to take a moment to step aside here on Butler Esports. Next game should be starting up here in the next hour or so. A little bit before that, we'll set everything here up on the stream side. You'll catch Alex McGrath right after the break right here. You're watching Butler Esports on the Butler Esports Twitch channel. We'll be right back.